Hi guys, my name is Chidima and in this video I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how to start your weight loss journey. So stay tuned. I began my weight loss journey earlier this year and so far I've lost over 20 kg. I feel great, I look great. If you want to see how I looked then, I posted a short video showing my before and after. I'm going to leave a link in the description to that video as well. So let's get right into it. So the first tip is that you have to have the right mindset. And what I mean by that is you have to tell yourself that you have this goal to lose weight and you're going to do whatever it takes to get to that point. I think doing that is really important and it actually helped me. Before I started, I told myself, I decided in December that I was going to lose weight the next year. So I gave myself, I'd already prepared my mind like next year I'm going full on, and eventually I did it. So I think you have to prepare your mind to work towards that thing you want, which is to lose weight. Once you've gotten that out of the way, the next thing you should do will be to set goals for yourself. It doesn't have to be anything too grand. It can just be, okay, I'm going to watch what I eat for the next 2 months or for the next 2 weeks, the next 3 weeks, and you just progress from there. And once you start seeing results, it would even push you further to do more, like you're gingered, you want to keep going. So that's my number one tip. The second tip would be to keep a record of your progress. So before you even start, I would advise you take pictures of yourself from every angle, like your front, the back, the sides. Take a picture of that. You should weigh yourself to know how much you weigh currently. What else? You need to take measurements of your body, so like your arm, your waist, your boobs as well. What else? Your hips as well. So you keep a record of all of that so that as you're progressing you can look back to where you started from, because sometimes you're actually on a diet, you're doing the right things, but your weight doesn't shift. So it's like, am I progressing or not? But when you're keeping record, maybe if it doesn't show on the scale, it could show in maybe your clothes don't fit as tight as it used to be, maybe your clothes are a little bit loose, or you just notice that your stomach is less bloated, just little things like that. And that would actually help you as you're progressing. Keep record of everything, like how you look. You can do that every 2 weeks. When I started, I used to actually check my weight like every day. I don't recommend it, but that's what I did. I think maybe a week, every week, you should weigh yourself to see if you're making any progress. Or and yeah, I always used to check my waist measurements because that's quite important to me. I'll always check that. But yeah, weigh yourself every week. When you wake up in the morning, you've done your business in the toilet, weigh yourself, see if you've made any progress. Now for the third tip, that would be to get into a caloric deficit. Food is fuel to your body and you need a minimum amount of food to keep your body going based on your age, your height, your level of physical activity, stuff like that. When you eat that amount, you're going to be at a maintenance, so you're not gaining weight, you're not losing weight, you're just there. When you go over that amount, you tend to gain weight. And when you eat less than that amount, you lose weight. And in my opinion, that's what every other diet is kind of focused on. How do I put it? So for instance, let's say you're doing intermittent fasting, which is like consuming or just eating food within a given period. In doing that, you tend to eat less than you would. Let's say you're at liberty to eat for the whole 24 hours. But if you have just say 8 hours to eat, there's so much you can consume within that period. In essence, you're still eating less calories. And if you're following a diet like intermittent fasting and it's not working for you, the reason is probably that you're still overeating. So you just starve yourself for 16 hours, and in the 8 hours or 6 hours window, whatever, the remaining window of time you have to eat, you stuff your stomach, you're eating the whole world because I just want to eat everything I want to eat now. You are not going to lose weight. You still gain weight because you are over what your body needs. And some people don't like to count calories. They feel like it's restricting or whatever reasons they have. But in my opinion, I would advise you, when you're starting out, you should actually count your calories because you don't know how much you're consuming in a day. And sometimes we tend to underestimate how much we eat. We just say, oh, I ate this little plate of food, or I just ate this small thing, or I just had fruits, I just had banana. But you don't even know how many calories are in that thing that you're consuming. So with that, it's just best to track what you're eating. The first month or the first 2 months, I advise you count your calories. That way, you know exactly what you're doing. And maybe you're used to what this contains or what that contains. You know that a tablespoon of oil is like 120 calories. So you're aware and you're mindful when you're preparing your meals. And I don't know, that's just how it worked for me. I made sure I counted my calories, and as time went by, I started reducing. So I don't check like the onions and tomatoes because I know those ones don't have a lot of calories. But when I started, I would measure every single thing, and that's why I recommend you do get yourself a food scale. They are cheap ones. Just measure whatever you're doing. If you prefer to do portion control, you can do that. But when you're starting out and you really want to go hard, you just want to lose that weight, I think you should count your calories and you see results. Like if you're doing the right thing, you definitely see results. I think anybody can lose weight. It might take some time for some, but generally, if you don't eat, if you starve yourself long enough, you will definitely lose weight. I'm not saying you should, but I'm just saying if it happens that you're stuck in the desert and you don't have anything to eat or whatever, you'd eventually lose weight. So just be in a caloric deficit. For instance, let's say you're to consume 2,000 calories in a day to be at a maintenance, so you're not losing weight, you're not gaining. If you want to lose weight, depending on how fast you want to lose weight, you should reduce that by like 300 to 500 calories. And what you can do is just start somewhere. If you don't want to like go really hard into counting calories or checking all those measurements, start somewhere. Watch your progress for like the first week or the first 2 weeks. If you feel like you're losing weight too slow or too fast, you can reduce it a bit more. I'm not saying you should reduce it to like 1,000 calories or 800 calories a day. It's not really sustainable for you. When I started, I started with 1,350 calories, and then after some time, I increased that to 1,400, and so forth. So you can just adjust that based on your preference and how fast you want to lose weight. My fourth tip is to mind the kind of food that you eat. There's a lot that goes into play with the kind of food that you eat, and I'm not going to go into all of that details. But you have what's it called? I think the thermic effect. That's the rate at which your body burns the food that you eat for digestion and absorption of nutrients and all of that. So, for instance, you're eating protein, your body works more trying to burn protein than maybe a different food group like carbs and all of that. So, we can do some more research on that. Just try to control or eat foods that are more filling than others. Eating foods like potato that is more filling, or chicken breast instead of like other parts of chicken, because it has lesser calories, it has less fat and all of that. What else? For instance, instead of taking the whole egg, if you check the calorie difference between a whole egg and just the egg whites, you notice that the yolk in itself has a lot of calories. So sometimes you can just stick to taking egg whites than taking the whole egg, which is also more protein for your body. So that's great. How I like to think about it is I think about my calories or daily recommended calories as money. So let's say you have 1,500 calories to eat in a day. Say you have 1,500 dollars or whatever, and you're supposed to go to the market to shop, would you rather use that money to buy just one thing, or would you use that to buy like so many other things that is also beneficial to you? That's how I choose to think about it. So if I'm making my food options out, I'll be like, do I really need that extra tablespoon of oil, or do I really need that egg yolk? I actually love egg yolks, but when I started, I had to take it out because sometimes I would like to eat more of something else. So I'll just take out those little calories. But whatever you're doing, so long as you're in a deficit, you're still within that bracket, it's fine. Like, eat whatever you want to eat. You will lose weight so long as you're not eating above that. But it's really important that you're tracking what you're eating, so you know that you're actually consuming what you're supposed to eat and you're not going overboard with it. One medium pizza is like, let's just say 1,000 calories. It could be more, but let's just say it's 1,000 calories. And one large milkshake is like 500 to 800. So let's say 1.5. Imagine you're eating that just for lunch, and we know that it's not even going to be enough. You still feel hungry later. So would you rather have that? Sometimes you can, but would you rather have that, or you're given the option to eat so many other things, chicken, maybe a protein shake if you have that, yogurt, fruits, berries, grapes? Would you rather have a lot of things, or do you just want to eat that one pizza and a milkshake for the rest of the day? So just spend wisely, do your thing, but make sure you're keeping to your calorie intake for that day. What I'm trying to say in essence is that you should try to make healthier choices. So that could be, instead of putting sugar in your food, you could use honey, or there are 0 calorie sweeteners you can use. You Instead of deep frying your food, you can boil them or grill them, or now you can use air fryers to achieve a similar result. Just make healthier decisions. You can still eat whatever dish. If you have like your local dish that you enjoy, you can still make that, you can still recreate that, but use lesser ingredients. Like where I come from, we love a lot of oil in our food. If there's not enough oil, like, it doesn't come out well. But when I'm cooking for myself, and when I was starting out my journey, I had to make changes. So I'll still eat like my stews, my soup, but I just try to take note of what I'm putting into my food. So you don't have to go all strict with it, but just make these little changes and you see results. You can try that, maybe do a 2 weeks challenge. I'm going to use less oil, I'm not going to take sugar, or I'll reduce the amount of food I eat. Those little changes, you see results. Just challenge yourself, try that out. And the last tip I have is for you to engage in physical activities that you like, that you enjoy. You can definitely lose weight without exercising. So long as you're in a deficit, a calorie deficit, you would lose weight. But exercising can help you burn extra calories. So assuming you're supposed to eat 1,500, and maybe you run on the treadmill or you go for a walk, you're burning extra calories, which can also help to speed up the process. And it also has other benefits like helping you look better, tone body, and other mental and health benefits. But if we are talking about just weight loss, you're burning extra calories than you would if you were just sticking to your diet. You don't have to go to the gym if you don't have the means, or you're just not into gym at all. You can do whatever you want to do from the comfort of your house. There are so many YouTube tutorials you can follow for home workouts. You can also just choose to go on a walk. That could be your own physical activity. You can choose to go swimming. You can choose to play table tennis, volleyball, whatever you enjoy. Even if you like to dance, I'll upload a video on my dance class at the gym. So if you want to follow along at home, you're welcome to join. Whatever sports you like, just do it. If you don't like to, you can just go for more walks. You can choose to use the stairs instead of the elevator or the escalator. Just little changes like that would improve. But like I said earlier, if you don't feel like you want to exercise at all, if you're against it, or if you're not in the position to, do that, just stick to the diet part. I don't want to call it a diet, but just stick to eating the right food and just be at a deficit and you still lose weight. And my bonus tip for you is to be kind to yourself. Take it one step at a time. You don't need to lose all the weight in the world in one day. You didn't gain it in one day. Make little changes, take little steps. Sometimes we don't think we can achieve a lot with just the little things we do. We just feel like we want to wake up one day and have that body, be that person you want to be, but just take little steps. You will notice it yourself if you're doing the right thing. So just, I know you can do it. I can see it. You're strong. You have the willpower to achieve that goal of yours. So just be kind to yourself. And yeah, there's nothing wrong in having a cheat day. When I mean a cheat day, I'm not saying you should eat up every other thing that you've minused from the rest of the week. So maybe just one day in a week. If you're craving something, go for it, have it. And like it's fine, it's not the end of the world. And if you happen to have fallen off track, just pick yourself right up and start from where you stopped. Nobody's pushing you. You decided you want to lose weight, and so it's on your own terms, right? So just take it easy, have your cheat day maybe once a week. As you're improving, you can leave it to twice in a week or once a month. Just do you, eat what you want to eat, but eat right for the most part. And that's all I have for you today in this video. Please leave a comment if any of these tips have helped you, or if you've used any of these tips in the past before. Someone else in the comment section can find it useful. So if you have any questions, please leave them below and I'll try to answer them. Please make sure to like, share and subscribe if you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.